Okay, Grand Rising to everyone. How is everyone doing on this beautiful Monday? I am doing great. My energy is nice and high. I did my altar. I had a good workout at the gym. I had a good breakfast. I had some turkey sausage and hot cakes. And I had 2 bottled waters at the gym. And now I'm drinking my orange. I'm drinking my orange juice. So how is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing great. Okay, so I'm bringing the news. So the president of Afghanistan has fled the country. And everyone that he could has fled the country. All the higher ups in government, they're gone. They on that plane. And I was watching on the news how a lot of the people was trying to hang on to the plane so they could go with them. The Most High God, the Elohim of Israel, my Elohim and Father, for real, yes, the Most High is my Father. He is cleaning house. He is fulfilling prophecy. He is fulfilling prophecy. Now, let's listen to this.
Live and exclusive pictures here from inside the presidential palace. What you are looking at right now is Taliban fighters inside the presidential palace. This is these pictures exclusive on Al Jazeera. We've been watching them for a few moments now, milling around the lush environs of the presidential palace. We're not sure if they're making an announcement yet, but the camera has been trailing those fighters as they make their way through the halls of the Afghan presidential palace. Wandering up through the building, decked out in its finery. Of course, this after the Afghan president fled the capital. That's them taking their way through the marbled halls of the presidential palace, showing that's one of our Arabic colleagues who is basically showing, doing a quick show and tell around the presidential palace, where of course many Taliban fighters are accompanying him, with weapons slung over their arms. A very grand building, a building, of course, that played host to many dignitaries, and of course, where the Afghan president was the one-time ruler of the lands. I'm not entirely sure which desk they are sitting behind, but there it's almost like a family photo shot of the Taliban fighters sitting behind a very grand desk in the middle of the presidential palace. Let's bring in our correspondent in Kabul, Rob McBride. He's at the Al Jazeera Bureau. When we get a translation, of course, we'll try and bring that up. But for now, Rob, we're just showing our viewers these fairly stunning exclusive pictures, I also have to add, from Al Jazeera, of Taliban fighters placing their guns on the desks, sitting behind the desk of, we assume that is the desk of the Afghan president. A fairly stunning turnaround of events in Kabul. You started the day certainly with the news that the Taliban fighters were surrounding the city. Now they're inside the presidential palace.
Absolutely. I mean, this has been a remarkable day of fast-changing events, and it continues into this Sunday evening. Yes, we saw earlier on this Sunday evening, in fact, still images of Taliban fighters inside the palace. Now we have moving images. We also have been seeing images of Taliban fighters outside the palace, posing for selfies with their fellow fighters, etc. So very much this has been a day that, yes, began with the encirclement, the siege of Kabul, pulling the noose tighter, if you like, around the city. The culmination, of course, of weeks weeks of gains by the Taliban across Afghanistan, taking province after province, gradually forces falling back as provinces fell, and all of the focus, all of the attention, all of this great momentum that the Taliban built up, then being focused and directed towards Kabul itself. So this was the last remaining holdout of this government, as well as a couple of adjoining provinces and cities, but all the focus has been on Kabul. And then at the start of the day, we started to get reports that fighters were not only on the edge of the city, but were actually entering parts of the city, which really did raise the level of unease, the whole tension level. It was quite palpable. You could really feel that the presence of the Taliban was very close. And now we have had, despite an order earlier on Sunday that Taliban fighters should not go into the city, they should hold back, as we heard there, they should be restrained. There were reports of looting. We know that as soldiers withdrew, some of the police officers we know actually got rid of their uniforms and put on civilian clothes. There were reports of various acts of looting around the city. We know that one university was broken into. So that seemed to coincide with this move by the Taliban to direct its fighters to actually go into the city, ostensibly to stop looting. That's at least what they have said, to maintain law and order, countermanding, it seems, their earlier order to do so. So that's what we've seen. And in fact, on the streets, we have seen now where there used to be soldiers, where there used to be police, actual Taliban figures now taking over simple duties like directing traffic or stopping vehicles to do vehicle checks, to check who's inside, where those people are going, but very distinctly wearing the sort of the gab, the clothing of Taliban fighters. Just where we are here in Kabul, just behind me, this is the green zone. This is a heavily fortified area of Kabul. It's blast walls because it's around here that you have government offices and embassies and so on. Normally you would have lots of army with Humvees mounting very big, very heavy machine guns. They all seem to have disappeared, and instead you have Taliban on the streets basically taking over those guard duties.
Okay, Rob, as you're talking to us, we're continuing to show our viewers these live and exclusive pictures from inside the presidential palace. There are phones being passed between the fighters. We're still trying to get a translation for you, but just to get a sense of what's happening. But we are certain now, that's confirmed. The Taliban are inside the presidential palace in Kabul, guns on the desks, certainly posing there, it seems, for a family photo, an announcement of some kind. It will certainly come as a great shock, Rob, to many in Afghanistan. Over the last few weeks, people have been reacting with surprise, certainly, to the speeds of the takeover. And this, it seems to be a complete takeover now, does it not? They're brandishing now a bullhorn in order to make some kind of announcement there. But this is certainly a takeover.
Okay. So I wanted to share that with you all. So the Afghanistan president has fled and the Taliban has come and sat in his damn chair. All of those higher ups, they have fled. And the people, they are just left. It was so many people. I'll share another video with y'all on my next video of the people in the community trying to catch a hold of the plane that the officials was on, because they wanted to go with them. We want to get up out of here. I don't want my blood shed. Okay. Okay, so y'all tell me what y'all think. Please like, share, subscribe, and shalom.